Instead of snapping, they breathe. Someone challenges their idea. Instead of defending, they listen. This kind of pause isn't weak, it's powerful because it means you're choosing your response. And in a world that rewards instant reactions, that kind of restraint is rare. Have you ever noticed how magnetic someone becomes when they don't flinch under pressure? When they don't rush to fill silence? When they don't need to defend every idea, every feeling, every decision? That's the power of the pause. Not silence for the sake of it, but silence with intention. Behavior two, they read the room without making it about them. There's a kind of person who walks into a room and changes the energy, not by being the loudest, but by being the most attuned. These people can tell when someone's uncomfortable, even when they're smiling. They can sense the moment before the vibe shifts. They're not psychic, they're just paying attention to tone, rhythm, and body language. What makes this special? They don't use that awareness to center themselves. They don't hijack the moment with, "You look upset. Was it something I did?" Or, I totally get it. I had a bad day too." They observe, they adjust, and they do it quietly. It's not emotional manipulation, it's emotional attunement. Most people enter a room and think, "How do I fit in?" High EQ people enter and ask, "What's happening here? And how can I add value without overstepping?" Big difference. Behavior three, they let silence do the heavy lifting. Emotionally intelligent people aren't afraid of silence. Most of us were raised to fill the gaps, to talk more when we're nervous, or over explain when we feel misunderstood. But high EQ people, they know that silence is a tool. In interviews, negotiations, conflict, silence gives you room for honesty to surface. It disarms defensiveness, it invites real answers. A study from Harvard Business Review found that salespeople who embraced pauses during client calls had 23% higher close rates. Why? Because silence makes people think. And when you don't rush to speak, people assume you're grounded, even if you're nervous inside. Want to appear confident in any room? Master the art of the pause, not just after you speak, but after they speak. Give their words space to breathe. Let the conversation settle. That's where truth lies. Behavior four, they ask unusual, insightful questions. Most people ask, "So, what do you do? Busy day? Did you see that thing on Instagram?" But emotionally intelligent people go deeper. Without making it awkward, they ask, "What's something you've been overthinking lately? What gives you energy lately? What's one thing you're secretly excited about?" These questions bypass the surface. They signal curiosity, not performance. And the best part, they don't ask just to be liked. They ask to understand. Stephen Covey once said, "Most people don't listen with the intent to understand. They listen with the intent to reply." But high EQ people don't do that. They aren't waiting for their turn to talk. They are absorbing because your answer teaches them how to relate to you.
Where are you from?
No symptoms.
Where are you from?
And a current or former smoker who may qualify for a quick, painless CT scan that could save your life. Ask your doctor about lung cancer screening at GRMC.
AI can now build a website in 90 seconds, while the only AI most people over 40 know is chat.
Where are you from?
Disappear for a month and
Where are you from?
So this is how I became the most dangerous.
And now that we're here, quick pause for the emotionally intelligent among us. If you're finding this valuable, if you've already paused the video once to reflect or save a quote for later, take a second and subscribe. Alright, back to it. And buckle up. Number 5 might hit close to home. Behavior 5. They regulate, not suppress, their emotions. There's this myth that emotionally intelligent people never feel angry, jealousy, or anxiety, that they're just floating through life in monk mode. Nope,
You have a
they
son?
feel it all.
Do you have a
The
son?
difference is they know what to
Do you have a son?
Let's break it down. Suppression is pretending you're fine when you're absolutely not.
Are you married?
Regulation is noticing your emotion, understanding the why, and choosing a response that honors the feeling.
Well, do you have a son?
Responsible for it.
You have a girlfriend?
Think about it.
Where are you from?
And someone cuts you off. Do you snap? Do you stew quietly? Or do you say, I'd love to finish the point I was making? Calmly, directly, no drama? That's regulation. That's emotional weightlifting. And it builds trust fast. It's easy to explode or implode. It's hard to hold the tension in the middle. But people who
No, I'm just a 20. Well, you could have a son. You could have a girlfriend, wife, 20 years old.
Speak differently. And most importantly, they recover faster.
Where do you go to school?
Like this. We cannot selectively.
What are you
When
majoring?
we numb the painful, we also numb the positive. Emotionally intelligent people don't numb, they transmute. They alchemize fear into strategy, hurt into boundaries, frustration into focus. That's not self-help.
Medicine. Congratulations, doctor.
Behavior 6. They don't make it about themselves. Ever tried telling someone about a struggle only for them to reply, "Oh my God."
Hello, King.
Same thing
Hello.
with me. Here's what I do. And suddenly the conversation is about them again. High EQ people resist that urge. They know how to hold space. They don't interrupt. They don't compare. They let you have your moments because they don't need to prove
You have a girlfriend?
they're comfortable not being the center of attention. That's rare. Most people are conversational narcissists. Not maliciously, but because they're insecure. Emotionally
You seem
intelligent
like
people
a
don't
army
concern
veteran
themselves
by
to fix
behavior.
significance. They already know they matter.
Are you studying
Psychology
psychology?
says,
You're studying to be a
when
psychiatrist.
someone truly listens, without jumping in, fixing, or flipping the script, it communicates.
What do you know about my
Right now,
behavior?
this is about you. That's the real flex. That's EQ. And before we
Dermatologist.
hit number
Ah.
7, let me ask you this. When was the last time you let someone speak without thinking of what you'd say next?
What is a
When was the
dermatologist?
last time you let silence stretch longer than your comfort zone allowed?
Dermatologist.
That's the difference
What
between
are you
emotional
studying?
intelligence and emotional performance. One's about them. One's about you.
Skin doctor.
Behavior 7.
Good
They can
field.
disagree without disrespect. This might be the most underrated
Good
behavior
field.
of all.
Congratulations.
Emotionally intelligent people can say, I see it.
What is the salary for a skin
I disagree
specialist?
with that part, but I hear you. All without making you feel stupid, dismissed, or attacked. When
will you be graduating? This year, next year, 4 more years?
They stay in the pocket. They separate the person from the point. They focus on ideas, not identities. That makes conversations feel safer, even when they're intense.
5 more years to go.
Study from UC Berkeley
Too short.
found that teams with high emotional
It's
intelligence
just right behind the door. 5 years.
those with lower EQ scores. Not because they have
How many courses are you taking? One course? Are you a full-time student? Part-time
Think
student?
about what that does in real life. In partnerships, it means fewer passive-aggressive fights. At work, it means clear meetings. In friendships, it means nobody's walking on eggshells. Emotional intelligence doesn't make you conflict-free. It makes you conflict resilient. And that right there.
Where are you
is
from?
where peace lives.
Are you from the United States of America, Australia, New Zealand?
In simply being anchored. No matter what the conversation is.
Where are you going?
I've been here 15 years and I'm still senior manager.
It's not about year.
Emotional intelligence means I know what I'm feeling, I know what you're feeling. I'm regulating my emotions and I'm working with you on yours so that we can make our relationship work and be cohesive. That's what emotional intelligence is all about. Emotional intelligence means I know what I'm feeling.
5 habits of people with low emotional intelligence from a licensed therapist. Number 1, constant feuds. People with low emotional intelligence seem to always be in a conflict with someone, at work, in friendships, and their family. It's not bad luck. It's usually because they don't know how to communicate without escalating things. Number 2, they make everything about themselves. You share something and somehow they're talking about themselves again. Conversations turn into monologues, not because they're self-centered, but because they never learn how to have a truly reciprocal exchange. Number 3, they react, they don't reflect. They lash out, shut down, get cold or passive-aggressive without pausing to consider what's actually going on.
Germany.
Emotional intelligence requires self-awareness, and when that's missing, reflections come fast, harsh, and often do damage. Number 4, they double down on mistakes. Instead of apologizing or admitting they were wrong, they rationalize, deflect, or shift blame. It's not because they don't know the truth, it's because protecting their ego feels more important than making things right. Number 5, they constantly cross emotional boundaries. They overshare when it's not appropriate, they dump emotions on you without asking, or they pressure you to open up before you're ready. It's not deep connection, it's a lack of emotional regulation.
What do you
5
do?
habits of people with low emotional intelligence from a licensed
Psychiatrist.
therapist. Number 1, constant feud. 5 habits of people with low
Emotional intelligence.
I'm a student psychiatrist
5 habits
or psychologist, you may, psychologist or psychiatrist.
This
I guess my job is to say welcome. Welcome, everyone. I'm delighted to be here to talk to you about this work we've been doing at Yale for about 20 years on emotional intelligence. And as you can see here, my name is Mark Brackett. I'm the new director of the Yale Center for Emotional Intelligence. There's a pretty rich history to this work at Yale, as many of you may know. Our president,
Yes.
who was being inaugurated.
Doing an MBA program, it is a commitment because you're juggling work, you're juggling family. I chose to start in the winter because of back to school. It allowed me to be at home when my
Yes.
When I wrote the book Emotional Intelligence, a lot of people had an aha experience, like, oh, so that's what's going on. It was the first time that for a popular audience, emotional intelligence had become well known. I was a science journalist.
Welcome to the JeromeLivingLife podcast, where we discuss science and science-based tools for everyday life.
Emotional intelligence refers to the ability to recognize, interpret, and process emotions in yourself and others. While genetics, upbringing, and environment all play a role, there are steps you can take to develop your emotional intelligence over time. Get to know yourself. Emotionally intelligent people are self-aware. They have a realistic appreciation of their strengths and weaknesses and how they come across to others. Peer feedback is one way of improving your self-awareness and may uncover a few of your emotional blind spots. Learn your triggers. Linked to the notion of self-awareness is knowing how you are likely to respond in particular situations. Think about how you felt the last time you were under pressure. Did these feelings help